What's going on, everyone? So, life is overrated. You're asking, to see what do people think if God has a plan for us, if God does exist. Of course, life is overrated. 96 is an atheist, doesn't believe in nothing, which is okay. I'm agnostic myself too. I think that God probably exists or some kind of power, but and I think that we are here for a reason. And I think that there is going to be something after this world. But I say yes. There is some kind of entity which does has a plan for us. But what it is, nobody knows. Definitely not a human. Do I believe that God is love? Definitely not. Because this world is pretty cruel. But I think that we're just here to do some kind of job, to do some kind of mission. That's all. Learn some lessons. In Judaism, people believe that this is a world Hey. This is like the lowest world. And there is a world Yud, you know? We're here just to do the job. And everything does happen for the best. When you look back, when you realize everything happens for the best. Whatever it is. I do believe that. Even if you die, it's probably for the best. And I can bring examples from history. For example, the last emperor of Byzantine Empire, Constantine the 11th. He died when he was 49 years old, fighting for his empire. He died like a simple warrior. If he were to stay, he wouldn't be able to live under Turkish rule. Or another example from Jewish mythology, Moshe Rabbeinu. He didn't get to the land of Israel. And people told me, that was a punishment. No, it was not a punishment, because the God tested him and he showed that, he's not the material for that land. He needs to die with his generation and he's not allowed to go to that land. Because it's just not for him. So, at some point we're gonna live this life because you don't wanna live in this world, doing something which is not for you. So at some point we're all gonna exit out, one way or another. Because think about it this way, right? We're born, we're children, right? Then we grow up. Then we become big and strong, and then everything goes backwards. Then we get old and crippled and we die and all of that. So you don't finish your life being big and strong and getting pussy all the time. That's what you do in the middle of your life. But when you're old, you get back to the square one when you're like a child. You shit on yourself in the nursing home, falling, cannot walk, cannot do nothing, lose your memory. That's the end. So if you're not gonna get killed when you're young, this is how you're gonna end up. When it comes to having kids, I'm not sure if that matters because, yeah, your kid's gonna look like you're gonna continue your bloodline, but at the same time, it's like, what's the point of all of this if everything is temporary? Like today I'm big and strong, tomorrow I'm nothing. And it goes for everyone. Everything is temporary, even boxers, great boxers like Muhammad Ali. He used to be a great boxer, but at some point he's dead now. Or Mike Tyson, he's an old man. I mean, for sure, he's not gonna be able to keep up with like 25, 30-year-old boxers probably, even though he has skills and all of that. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, if you have skills, you're still good, but you know, it's still like at some point you're gonna decline, no matter what you do. The only thing in life that matters is just do whatever the fuck you wanna do and live your life the way you wanna do it. And of course, nobody, as a matter of fact, the majority of people have nothing nice to say about it. I'm just gonna keep going, do your thing. Just like back in Russia, some criminal told me, just go straight. And I'm thinking, because there is one man I met, he's in California. And for some reason, he reminded me of that criminal whom I met in St. Petersburg, Russia. I wonder if I met him in California. I wonder if that's that guy whom I met as a teenager like 20 years ago. At that time, the guy kind of looked like him too. And now that guy is 57 and I was almost ready to live with him, like taking care of him and all of that. But anyways, and he was talking to me about what's your goal in life. And I was looking at him and thinking, it's none of your business. I'm just here trying, to get some money, take care of you or whatever. He wanted to rent out the room too, but I ended up not going there. It was not worth it for me. But anyways, I still remember that guy, he said, go straight one line, just like do whatever you think is right. And I feel like that's the goal in life. Everything else, it's like meaningless. Having sex, having kids, procreate, I mean, it's good, but it's good to leave something after yourself. But at the same time, it's like, if you don't, I feel like it's not a big deal because so fucking what? I mean, but I think that the reason why people care about things like that proves that there is a God. Because think about it this way, right? If there is no God, then there is nothing. What's the point of procreation? You can just fucking die and that's it. There's gonna be nothing. Why Jewish people care about their kids being Jewish? They can just say, I don't care if I have kids, or if they're Goyish. Because once I'm gonna die, it's gonna be nothing. The fact that people care about what's gonna happen after them, things like that, shows that there is something out there more than just this world. And I watched some videos about people who had out of body experience. So that makes me think that there's gonna be something after this life. But why are we so afraid of dying though? That's the thing. But it's funny too, because a lot of people are exiting out just like that. They just go boom. Nothing. They don't care. Just like that guy, Steven Twitch Boss from Ellen DeGeneres show. He just made the video on Monday, went to the hotel without a car on Tuesday. He shot himself. And the funny thing is, everything in this world is backwards too. Because people are worried about weird people, retarded people. I'm more worried about big and strong people. Because guess what? A lot of times, experienced people who achieve something, they're the ones who are getting killed, Because think about it this way. Everybody feels sorry for retarded people, for losers, etc., etc. But big and strong men, they go to the army. Right? And then they die at war. Experienced people, they go somewhere and they die and they disappear. People who are successful, who are smart, drinking themselves to death. People who know stuff, who know the truth, always suffering, just like Jesus Christ. And of course, right now, all the Jewish people say that Jesus never existed. Which I don't believe it, but you know what I believe in. But if you ask a Jew, they're gonna tell you that either Jesus didn't never exist or he was a bad guy. Kennedy, Malcolm X, all those great people. They died young. They never lived, like till the old age. Because Kennedy was like 46. Malcolm X was like 39, not much older than me right now. So, all the great people. They used to like to drink, they die young, they had problems and hardships in their lives. Like, this life is never gonna be beautiful. Even if you're gonna live a long life, what's gonna happen to you? You're just gonna get old and useless, and you're gonna die anyway. So it's pretty much, if you're thinking that if you lose, you die, like, gladiators, it's like, if you're strong, you win, you keep living. If you're weak, you die. But then you cannot be strong all your life. You're strong at some point, but then with age, you get old, you get weak, and then you die anyway. So it's like everything is temporary. Strength is temporary. Health is temporary. Everything. And there is no really good or bad. So that makes me think that, yeah, there is a plan for you to be on this earth. But this life is not good, it's not bad, it is what it is. There is no right or wrong. People think that there is, but there is not really. Even if you fucking die, it's not a bad thing. It just means that you have to exit out the world because you don't belong here anymore. So the death is not bad. And yeah, this is like a nefarious existence where strong survive, but then again, you're strong only for some time. And think about how many strong people, they died young at wars. So a lot of people who died at wars, they're big, they're strong, they're more physically fit than me, and yet they lived like they're 20 years old and they're getting shot at war. 25, they're big and strong people. They could kick my ass. But here I am, 36 years old, and I'm still alive. And there are young, strong people who died when they were like half of my age. There are some people, they just die like in the car crashes. For no reason. Just, there are children who die young too. So, we live in the world which can be over any minute for any reason. It's all random. And here people are talking about, You need to get married, you need to have children. Tomorrow is never promised. What you talking about? I can get in a car crash anytime. And here I am. I can just die in my sleep anytime, just like some people. Successful, young, having money, and then they just die suddenly. No reason. And yeah, just like you've been telling, life was over at 96. You didn't ask to be here. So you really don't owe nobody nothing. Neither do I, really. I didn't ask to be Jewish, you know? Or maybe I did, but I'm not sure about it. I didn't ask to be born in St. Petersburg, Russia. I didn't ask to be in America. I didn't ask to go to certain school. All of the decisions my parents made for me. Then I become adult, I guess, but people say you make your own decisions, but your choices are limited. And then once you just do your own thing, do what you want, what happens? Something wrong with you, you shouldn't be like that. The best thing to do in this life, don't listen to nobody. That's what that guy told me in Russia years ago, 20 years ago, just about. Maybe it was that guy. I'm not sure, but something tells me that. There is a possibility of that. That I met him in California. But anyway, guys. Yeah. We're just here to do the job. And there is some kind of a mission. Everybody have a mission. It's not fair. It's very random. But everything happens for the best if you think about it. Like, every time when something happens, I'm like, well, it's a lesson to learn. Even the fact that, I'm not doing what I'm doing. Broadening my horizons. In the end of the day, I avoided pandemics. When I was doing the bullshit I've been doing, yes, it was like crazy, but I'm thinking if I would stay at the factory, I would have to be wearing all of this mask. But I went through pandemic rarely wearing masks because I was driving medications and getting evaluated. People are trying to do something with me, but it's not working out so far. Because I don't want it to be my time, because see, people are talking about, just like there are some stupid people talking about Kanye West. You need to get diagnosis or else you will get killed. I need to help you because we want you to be alive. What kind of life is that gonna be? You're gonna be alive, but you're gonna be like a dead person for the rest of your life. You'll be nobody. Like, if you're gonna be in the system, your life is over. You're gonna leave, you will have a little job, but surely You're not gonna ever be in the history. Nobody's gonna remember you. Even if you work little job, wash dishes till you're like fucking 60 years old or 65. You're gonna go retire, you will be working part-time hours, collecting disability checks. And then you die, nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna know you. You're not gonna have an opportunity, to live to full potential. So it's not a good thing. Sometimes in life you just have to go against the grain, that's all. You just have to. Whatever happens, happens, because on the end of the day, you're gonna exit out one way or another, so fuck it. You might as well just do what you want. That's the only way to live, that's the plan which God or whatever made for you, but that entity is definitely not all loving. But then again, even sufferings are not bad, because if you suffer, it means that there's preparation for something else. If you die, it means that it's just time for you to go, that's all. This world is not for you anymore. So you should be thankful for that. That you're not gonna be here, living in the reality which is not for you. And people are crying and saying, oh my God, it was such a nice guy. I wish he was still here. People are idiots, that's why they're still alive. There is a reason why that person died. It means that he shouldn't be here. So why are you wishing for something which is, not possible? If you bring this person to life, he's not going to be able to live in this world like this. Maybe that's why he had to exit out. Think about it this way. The reality just got unbearable for him, for her. That's it. So, whenever it's time to go, it's time to go. All you can do in this life is just do whatever the fuck you want and see what happens. That's it. Go to work, do your job, do things. Be a slave, kind of, but we're all slave, like everything is fucking slavery. Look at the animals too. They're just running around, avoiding death, running from humans and then getting killed by humans. There's nothing. You go kill a mosquito, you kill a fucking ant, you kill cockroach. You don't care. They're running for life. To them it's like a big deal. To you it's like... See how it is. So it's like everything is random, but there is a reason why we're here. And there is no good or bad, there is no right or wrong. If you have a lot of family and kids, good. If not, fuck it. If you're selfish and nobody gives a fuck about you and you die alone, people say, oh, it's so horrible. No. When it's your time to go, even if you have a big family and everything, people cannot, people cannot do nothing with you. Like, if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. Even if you have big family, family support, this and that. If you're dying, and you cannot breathe, and you cannot eat, and your body shuts down. No matter how much your family loves you, no matter how much money they spend on your revival, there's nothing they can do. Still gonna go. Versus if you're all by yourself and you just die in pain, you suffer and whatnot, and nobody's out there to help you. It's time to go, it's time to go. Nobody can help you anyway. You know? If it's your time to go, it's your time to go. Nobody can do nothing about it. Just like when you were born, right? You didn't ask for it. The same thing there. When it's time for you to go, nobody is asking you whether you want to die or not. You know? So we just come here to do something and just bring something to this world. And then we go. Coming from nowhere and going nowhere. And there is no reason. There's no point. It's just what it is. Just have to go with the flow and just accept what is. And asking questions is pointless. Just do whatever makes you happy, and that's all. Nothing else really matters. Well, that's all I'm gonna say. It's time for me to sleep. I got a little bit, well, it's time for me to go to bed. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.